Hey everybody, it's Troy with Rubbish Riddance Junk Removal. So sorry that it's been taking so long for me to post a video. It's not that I'm not recording, it's that I'm not finding the energy to put out good content. I've been recording a lot, and when I go back and I look at it, it's just like, man, I don't want to do the same thing that other people are doing. I want to do something a little bit different. People take you on the day to day. Some people don't take you on the day to day. There's a lot of people that I do watch, and everyone kind of does their own thing. So I'm trying to find a new groove in what I want to show you guys. And if there's things you guys want me to show more, drop that in the comments. So this is the video I've been promising you guys for so long on just what it's like to have a junk removal business. How much money can you make? I mean, how do business taxes work? Any of those questions, you want to drop them in the comments. I'm going to spend the whole week looking at my comments. I'm going to be commenting back to every single person. So don't miss your chance to ask those questions. Ask them now. So first thing I want to go over is I get a lot of messages on people saying that, and believe it or not, on Facebook or just they get my number somehow and they text me, why don't you have a nicer truck? Why don't you have a nicer trailer? And I can tell you guys it's because I own my trailer and I own my truck, and I don't believe in being in debt to start a business. Now, do I think that having a good amount of capital to start a business is a great thing? Absolutely. If I had a lot of money that I can get, and here's why it's a good thing. The more money you have, it's kind of like power. So if I'm able to come into a business with a lot of money, I can advertise a certain way, I can promote myself in a certain way, and I can make myself look bigger than what I am, right? Everybody, when they go and they look for service industries to pay, they're looking for companies that look legit and they look like they got their stuff together. And that takes money. It just does. But I can tell you, one of the things that I do, since I didn't do any of that stuff, one of the things that I do is talk. Man, I'm a talker, and I will go out there and I will promote myself. So the first thing to answer that question I just said is, why don't I have a nice truck and trailer? To recap, it's because I don't believe in being in debt for it. I own my truck, I own my trailer. Yes, it takes me twice as long to get jobs done, but we all have to start somewhere. Number two, I guess the questions that I get the second most is, how do I get jobs? Guys, I'm a new business too. 3 months in, I can tell you this. I'm comfortable telling you guys this. I won't give you the exact dollar amount, but I can tell you in my first month, I made around $2,000 to $3,000 my first month. I think that was only me working off and on, not even all day. My second month, way over $10,000 in my second month. And in my third month, I'm still in it. I would say that I'm on track to probably do either a little bit less or a little bit more than my second month or my third month. So jobs can come and go. So the thing about jobs is that, like, I've only had a handful of times where I've been booked out the week after. Most times it's I have one job that I know I'm doing Monday, right? I'm gonna wake up at 8 a.m. I'm doing a job for $150, right? Then while I'm on the job, I'm getting calls left and right. It's like 5 calls. I swear it's always when I'm on a job. And then all of a sudden I'm booked out the whole week. It always seems to happen on a Monday and Tuesday. And oddly enough, I never really get jobs in the weekends. I schedule jobs on the weekends when I get too full, but nobody ever asks for a job to be done on a Saturday and Sunday, which is strange because most people have the weekend off. But most of the time it's during the week. And so what I do to get business, I know there's a guy out there, I think his name was John, and he asked me, how do you keep getting customers? And the thing is, you have to go out and you have to talk. There's a guy I watch, his name is Sonoma County, right? You guys know who I'm talking about, the guy and gal, husband and wife, and he's been in business a couple years, and he's put out hundreds of videos talking about this. And he says, if you're not getting business, it's because you're not trying hard enough. I truly believe that, even though I do feel like sometimes I have bad luck. You have to go out there and try it. So I'm going to give you an example of what I do. I go to the same real estate offices, I go to the same apartment complexes almost at least once a week. I'll pick one day of the week and I'll go and I'll bother them again. They'll say, Troy, you already gave us your business cards. You already gave us the flyers. I know, but I just want to just keep reiterating how much, we could do business together and how well we can work together. So I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. I'll go ask them again. And if I see a contractor working on a house, I'm going to pull over, bam, hey man, I don't know who's doing your cleanups. I would love to do it. Pass it on my business card. I signed up for a Chamber of Commerce in 2 cities, so I go to the luncheons once a month. I just came back from one last week. I swear every single person there was interested because I hit them from a business standpoint, but also personal. So, hey, if your business needs this, but also if you personally need this, give me a call. Any questions, anybody have questions, answer them now. And that's literally what I did. I like talked for people. Hey, do you have a washer and dryer laying around? Hey, do you have a couch in your backyard? Hey, do you have trash sitting in your backyard? I was literally so like into it and talking just like that, and I pulled jobs from that just because I did that. Chamber of Commerce's, apartment complexes, real estate offices, stopping by contracting offices. Next thing is that I do is I advertise on Facebook. I either do Facebook ads or I do post in classifieds. And I do that two different ways. I will post as a business in all these classifieds, but also I have a friend that actually goes in those classifieds and posts. I know it's going to sound silly, but she posts like a sob story. I have 6 kids. We really need to get these jobs done. We really need to get jobs, people please. And she gives sob stories. I know it sounds silly, but for whatever reason, maybe it's because she's a woman, I don't know. But she gets probably, I would say 75% of my business comes from her pulling from Facebook because of just like that. I also invest in Google ads. So guys, if you guys are getting in this business and you think it's just going to come free to you, it's not. You're going to have to spend money. No other junk removal business is telling you this. You will have to spend money somewhere. It doesn't have to be a lot. Facebook ads, Facebook campaigns, you're going to have to post in classifieds, you're going to have to open a Yelp account, you're going to have to pay for Google ads. You want your name to be at the top on Google. That's probably your number one thing. You're going to want to be on Nextdoor app. If you don't know what the Nextdoor app is, download it right now. I should be sponsored because it is a good app. I constantly post there probably every other day telling people, hey, I'm here and available. Let's get some work. Now, after all that crap I just said, you can still advertise in the newspaper. You can still advertise in a movie theater if you want. You can still advertise as a person. Remember, this is your business. So when you're out buying chicken nuggets for your kids at McDonald's, tell somebody at that drive-thru. You have to. You have to. You have to. Now look, guys, it isn't an easy business. You have to grind. You have to talk. So the last thing and what I do to get jobs is I'm telling all my friends and family. I will sit up at midnight writing people, hey, you said you had a job for me. You haven't wrote me back in 2 weeks. Let's get this job done. Come on, man. And I pull jobs that way too. So that will cover that component of how do I get more jobs. Now, probably one of the next things I want to talk about is business tax. I get this question too. How do you figure out the business tax? Dude, go to a bookkeeper. If you've never owned a business or you don't have no business sense, maybe you shouldn't be doing business, to be honest. But if you are a business owner and you are starting this junk removal business, dude, it's going to come to you. I promise it is. If you don't know what to do, that's why they have accounting offices. Accounting offices can do 2 things for you. They can do your business taxes, which is financial statements every month or every quarter. They pay your business tax, however they do it, right? And then they can also do payroll services, which you're going to need at some point. So you need to have them on your side. I can tell you, I used to work in an accounting office and I used to do both bookkeeping and payroll. I can tell you that some offices aren't that expensive. If you find an independent guy that does them, you'll be looking at probably $100 a month for them to do your bookkeeping and your payroll. That's not a lot of money. So just have them do it. Don't let this discourage you from starting this business. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is, can you make a living? You absolutely can, but it's not going to come easy. Now, for me, I don't know if I told all you guys, I'm married, I have 5 kids, I have a lot riding on this to work, but I'm not afraid to take money in any other avenue. And what I mean by that is, so part of my business, you can resell stuff. Now, I never looked into the logistics of, can we resell things or do we need a special license for that? So I sell these things as a personal thing. So I don't account for the revenue that I'm getting from selling stuff. I also do scrap metal revenue. I take scrap metal, scrap it, refrigerators. I could charge somebody $30 to take a fridge. Literally, that's what I charge. Hey, I'll get that fridge or I'll get that stove. $30 each appliance. And then I'll take it to the scrapyard, make another 10 or 15 bucks on each of those. So I'm making money either way. Because I live right next to them, I mean, literally a mile down the road, it's not far for me to go to the dump. It's not far for me to go to the scrapyard. So that's just additional ways of me to make money. If I'm being really lazy, if I don't want to resell things, I also sell things to thrift stores. Meet independent thrift store owners. They will buy it from you. You don't have to give it to them for free. you go there and say, make a deal. I will give you product every so often when I'm cleaning out houses. You just give me whatever. Otherwise, I'm taking it to the dump. I do that. Sometimes I have no patience and I don't want to sell it. So I give it to a guy. He says, hey, $50. I'm like, hey, take it, whatever. Because I was going to take it to the dump anyways. Now I'm saving on my dump fees. So maybe let me add one more thing before we end this video. The last thing is expenses. So yeah, business tax, payroll tax. You have your gas that you're going to be paying for. You have your dump fees you're going to be paying for. You're going to have to be buying equipment and all your advertisement. That's really all the expenses you can have. Oh, you have to have your insurance as well. If you don't have general liability insurance, you should have it. And if you're going to have payroll and you're going to have an actual employee, you're going to have to pay for workman's comp too. Again, that's stuff you're going to figure out as you get an account. It can be overwhelming, but to answer the main question at the end of this, can you make money? Yes, absolutely. If you're smart with your expenses, you can make money. You've seen my other videos. You can make $200 in an hour. Today, I went and I just did a couple of things. There was 4 or 5 things in a garage. Made $200. I didn't even want to work today, and I went, made $200 for like 20 minutes again. So imagine if you had multiple of those over a day. You can easily make $1,000 in a day. So don't think that you can't, but it ain't gonna come easy. So again, this is the video everyone's been waiting for. So drop your comments. Hey, advice, drop that too. But drop the comments. I'm gonna be following this post for this video, and I'm gonna be replying back to everybody. Thank you, and stay tuned. I'm gonna have another video here for you guys soon. Thank you.